magoro benki ya umwancho murigere rwegeta Kisii and Ndizi TV nabo bwansu bwo mu Gusii ngwege naritwa yawe yabere ritoera rukegima nanende kwa bere gokwego kya asoko bwatia emeroberio yegeta Kisii and Ndizi TV nigorire ritworia ijuma tariki emeronkebere na isano na isato cyumutinyi 10 omwaka bw'ekirwibere na meronko ebere nebere ritworia rero bono abawaziri ao nigo baba korwa kingwana cyaba sentunde ntangani magaga yabarabwotiani wabene aburitwore igoro irigo chaka obokoreri gocyase abananchi abo barire kira cyo kiwekerania obokoreri asenchira ebwenerete kinga kingiye kare yaragire seyemo yabona mugoroba kerongo kwarigani eri nkumanye unanara yaya ngwariganeretie asenchira ere yo bwekeranu korende ritangani kegima tigana kumanye gati ari ngwariganeretie asenchira ere yo bwenye
tena nyora bono mambia ngendu yana yagwati bwa
Omusacha oyo mukubekwa byara soko mukururo omwana oyo munyaroka ase wodi ya Bubaracho county ya Kisii.
Public officials have no business standing in the way of business.
Omokonyi bumurai bwense Rigathi Gachagua goteba bo bisabe serikali mbachigosira so gukinyo bonchoreria.
We are going to map out the response from the National Treasury and Economic Planning, and I'm sure that will be the plan that will be undertaken by most of the people.
Professor Njuguna Ndungu nero ireri bagario bo waziri aseke gancha oyotebire obokoreri obuyambo ikirane. Omwanchi omurigere ribona yo munenda manke ngo kwarigani eriyo nkomanya senchira ere yo wekirane kana ngo konyorebwa nabo kogendera gotonyora sensemo ya Facebook wetera Ndizi TV News Digital asensemo ya YouTube tonyora wetera Ndizi TV News nabo go tweet wetera @Ndizi TV News ase omutandao Twitter boigo tonyore ase website yaito wetera www.ndizitv.or.ke eriyo togendere gosangana ya mankere tariane Evelyn Sero uritokubatrana nere kwene kia awekera sensemo imanyererio nigakoro kwa Joshua kabana ntoiko mwerio ama yense yemoni gotoko ya chaka kurwa se county ya Kisii awase omukageruo yomo abekirwe byara nabanyanyimbo ase ogotebekana kumwengero omwana oyo munyaruka bwe myaka 10 ase wodi ya Bubaracho imeye county ya Kisii nonya naboni go isemoke nabo igongina omwana oyo batangire ase getasenka abanyanyimbo ya Kiogoro eriyo gokonya abanyanyimbo gokora ubutwi isaine kubwatikana nege korekyo muri keito Josephat Amisi nabwa kubwati roboti na gutwariganiria senchire kubwatia
Omusacha oyo moniga bekire byara aseri mocho yo kumukururu umwana oye we myaka 10 yomo ase kenyorogia kaburi liabamanyi sublocation Bubaracho ward me county ya Kisii
tena nyora bono mambia ngendu yana yagwati bwa asama ngana abete kifamili gati yendu yana magisubali makoli no mwana oye family no mwana oyo Joseph bwa ngana tibonga to mwana magisubali bona kikiagara tu akire ko Kiogora kubwatia mangana yeye kwa mwana yote wangu tu anakumwona kitendo vile na ndio kama manyeta sasa tabia ite lakini ndio mna tu kile Kiogora o maana kwa area si abana mbale ngo darama bisubiria kama kwa roho go kubani statement ya Kiogora ndio roje ngona sakani ndio ndio kutusubiria gare tokone wo maana kwa
boigo abakagura bande babere uyore isemoko umwana oyo nangino umwana oyo boigo nigo nabaro batangire asigeta senike abanyimbo ya Kiogoro aseli mochelielio abu aseli tangani yakagere isemoke umwana oyo nere okorete ekebekyo
arabu tokurwa tokugudinde ngomugosere tenga goteba ni chiango bonsi ni ngurinde mutari kokwana mwana yateba ya to kokwana na bumuntu akorete gente kiara tambe na kitokirire tenga pake serikali akore eichecha kubwato omuntu uyo bono mambi tokirete twanyora uyo ngana chose bugwanye nduguyane basigari bakire bamubekire gari abantu bakonya gukurana ngakyo yotanya kogosa mwiro omuntu mungao mwati omuntu bwata magoso yagera tuanda mara gocha Kiogoro tocha kumanya ngakingi chose bwabwate ndende serikali etokonya yagera tumanya ngakiyo mo yo akorete ligose ni mogosere to mwana akiya toreta igana araji
Sama ilitangoro kurubina kuambuka hivyo waserekeye sister yane na cheteri tukolia ingeli ya Jumamosi kaya mama tayari ile kirogo iburunga tsikomugori mingi akanti umutuko mwati nekerate ninete achete wesi binona alinge ngarura kurugo chafunga mugori mingi akanga konte anamu mugeti to karine kupinga chamba kakiogoro ngaya sama naita na kiale nge bakante yande skola to mugori atutei
kubwatikana n'abanyanyimbo n'orobotirwa nyagitari nigo rwenekiribu n'umwana uyu nakoreire ekebekyo asobotuki bugenderete likwenekia obwene bw'umwana uyu
sababu wenga abaminto muna tuli mukabantu n'abange bara abande banda boso lakini aina aratorete kyugura lakini aso bwenga serikali yitongwira nilimbu yamona bikieti gotumiririgo se etoserie twarazi abo batotegerera yetoroje nga nyasaye ngo korare ke kone geko gara dutogete umano muntato kwe okorete gatendike kebesana
Reporter ya Ndizi TV kore wodi ya Bubaracho ime constituency Nyalibali chache ime county ya Kisii Elitarane Josephat Hamese Mbia mono umurikeito Josephat Hamisi ase oroboti ururu ikiranu koro ase chinsemo chia Kiogoro togotikana nayo nigo omo MCA bwe wodi ya Bogusere yogotoka sebunge ya Kitutu chache South ime county ya Kisii Vincent Abuga abeire kago kwanira emirobero au iyo abegete yochikoreta amagenderero ase wodi yogo kwana chingaki abetega kumirana na gose chingaki abaga kumirana n'abanyakyombe nigatebire na nigagocha kwene kiangorwa rogosire gocha se chiskuru unenchireyemo yoko konya aborokiwa gukora byase giskuru nabo igokone kiabu namba bwate abari mu bayisaino muri keto Mildred Momanyi no roboti urwaso bwime
Chiwodi chonsi emerongene na isano ase county ya Kisii nigo chachakire kurwa obokoreri bene wetera aba MCA babo abo bachorwa ase obochori bo mwakoyo Omo MCA bwe wodi ya Bogusero Vincent Abuga nigo agenderete guikirania amagenderero au gati yabo estima amariogo asiji dispensary buna akoenekia
ya gitari etera dispensary asembere muyane na chawete metangani na mege tishonga goitero so mugaba no itu na leta amariogo nyagancha aiga se dispensary etera na ile ngatebi ngatebi abanyagitari ba make sure nga batukiroro amangana ari munyagitari yago twiga sayino tama amangana intwa kandi muroche sima kegende te kusuja nitagete go make sure nga asemia ke mwanjo letendo atrisi sima yaikira abantu baitwa
asensemo yokubaika ange abamenyi baye nigo aigoire EOBC ensemo ya Musocho ase aratokekera Jumatatu chinsa ibere goika chinsa isano nemo ase arategerere ebirero by'abamenyi ase boigo achora omumanager bwe ward ase Lieta Johnson eliokobwaterana
igonde wense bwata mangana gotani ke injuji takombisiana Musocho ryo toigo asicho obisi Sabu County no obisi ane na inche tegete kubatangasa bitukulia nogo chichonyore nili tukulia Jumatatu uchakira chinsa ibere paka saa 6 kamili
na abairo busibole ntwase ngeko consultation yara abantu bamitumba bwato bokomwa une grupu chigrupu cheito chiroro chabire myake mengi bataliko konyeka
ase ensemo yechiskuru nigo omoske Abuga aene kirigo chia gonchoria ase arule omubwekano bweskuru yaraganga secondary iyo ebwate amakungwa mange ayo akolemaria ogokora buya kwa baorokigwa
na charity program yo make sure abana ambari bagwa kashikari nibi tubyaro ka kibiro bikatugwatira ne to make sure ngibi yase ibiro binatebe nego mugambi tari kumbwatisi emirime inkonye korane n'abana enchirango esababu gukora yonsi tokonya abana n'abaitu tubwate polytechnic ka kibwata abana batana kuruna nakane tekadi moche mugendo abana bayitire sarasi eskuru ego twara abali abange ekira abana funsi ba eskuru ndi abana 58 kachi aituguchi unarengere mu director of education abana funzi barigeze the form 4 n'abana funzi 15 boka oya wamona iba akamyoti tai oyo ndaro alitanya kuja school igawa wanafunzi wako yokora mate 13 kulingana na ile chiko ya education bana mbali kwanje kokora mate mwaze school walensi ya 30 abana bako ende school wa saa mbili na nusu iyo ikazatiza mwana tayo school ile school yoko mugisere ndima itakuwa te friends ontage tu wana balimu wali ita baita leo kolegas usagende eskuwe koikecha ke gutwara friends
ginko reporteria egetaseni kya Ndizi TV litaliane Mildred Momanyi mbia mono omuriketo Mildred Momanyi ase oroboti ururekeranu amayanda ni gabwata inse ase kenyoro kia matongo yotoka se wodi ya Kiogoro ebunge ya Nyaribari chache meye county ya Kisii asomuyega bokomwenyo mugaka Peter Waro Aruya oyore tato mwabo oyo mubwaba director begetaseni kya Ndizi TV Jared Waro awasabanta banke baba wekerana eriokorwa engora yabo gochase ya Matianya Gusira gati yabo omo MC wodi ya Kiogoro nabo igo abararikorwa segetaseni kya Ndizi TV bakora wanu manager wegetaseni kyo John Kebati muri keto Ndemo Steven na Manke
nigo yale sabali yo mwelio ya Nyagusiro mugaka Peter Gwaro maigo yoko ba senseye asege kakie myake 52 efamiri amate abairi n'abasanigo baikirana somo yego yora une kanisa ya St. Jerome
ya Bwana wetu Yesu Kristo na upendo wa Mungu Baba na ushirika wa Roho Mtakatifu viwe nanyi nyote. Viwe rohoni mwako.
Amate ya ime ya Nyagusira nigo yare migwa gwetera matera ebibongo byebuku amone chinkwana
Sani tuwabatele ngambe mono family yaito ya Ndizi TV ni matenga na ino mwana tusile sana kwa chagete wochaiga mbakagaiga na ino nabaida ne ngambe mono igasimo gukoranya site nabasisenya
gati ya baikirana muna bwatani ba Ndizi TV abo baru engora soyo mobo Jared Gwaro asoko mosirio moiboli.
We thank God for the wonderful memories and all the years he shared with us. We are honored to lift him to the Lord in the honor of the good man he was.
Ekerona ibolitwe na eto na ngoro kwa Andrew Momanyi. Ekerona soka izikaba kamba kapapa antivirus. Pata na gokiri wansini. Amen sana.
Abara ibaikirana na muno mu MCO Kiogoro Ward Walter Muchache oyore ngara se amate amana okwanire 2 ya magendera begete asaba menyi ba Kiogoro
ngoba taipole sana asogo siritato mino nande obwanchani umubwate ogendere na obosani obuabete ase family to nainu ogendere nchirenga bneyo nyasaye bunarumya na nchena arwanete nkabwa ekerugo ya deputy majority whip jabano kinanya wala deputy whip igona nje tinde ngana serikali egera ndwa nenda dedi ndokyo Kiogoro ward ayonsi gakora kana sobu yabwino ne support yino na senge njelia mokuna gukwana bya Kiogoro egera na nje nanya wala chinga kichingororo naenda kurwana ali
lazima wachache tuje hapa ili tukute kuomboleza na mwanafunzi wetu. Kwa hiyo tunashukuru sana na tunasema pole kwa familia. Asante sana.
Omoyego yuoni go era chinsa chia marogoba asomugaka Peter anyara kwenigwa. Asomoyego rero nigaba kwani banyara komoteba Peter Gwaro konyara koba omugaka bwechisemi omugaka bwogo semia omugaka omosemere tinyasaye oyubono onyalire kubanyora asebuna Ndizi TV tokorwe ngora yaito gochase amate ko reporter ya Ndizi TV kurwa iga sensemo ya Kiogoro egotoka sebunge Nyaribari chache county ya Kisii Elietaliane Ndemo Steven
Mbia mono muriketonde mo Stephen ase oroboti ururu ikirano ekarabono togo saba nyasabe gakuyagata amate na boigo koba chinguru togotigana nayo nigo umrai wense Dr. William Samoei Ruto litkolya lero abaga gutwarege ikaro na ekyombe kyo gosangereria ebango Kenya Revenue Authority murobiro korekana ase amagacha KICC me umucho Nairobi okwana chinga kyecho Ruto nigo aganiria abanyakyomba abo kwene kyabunango sangereria bare bango ase nchire wenete Kenya.
GDP has risen to Kenya shillings 12 trillion, yet KRA only raised about 14% of GDP in revenues last year. In the past, KRA was able to raise 18% of GDP. If we collect the same target today, then we would have raised an extra 400 billion shillings. In that case, I expect KRA to raise at least 3 trillion by the end of the next financial year and to double the current collection in 5 years. Let me repeat, for the avoidance of doubt. I expect Kenya Revenue Authority to raise 3 trillion by the end of next financial year and to double the current collection in 5 years. Now time for a radical shift in our KRA model, focusing on a robust service charter anchored on technology, which explicitly commits to transform customer relationships, simplify the taxpayer processes, and optimize existing facilities to provide efficient services.
Ababwatani korwa se kiombe igia Kenya Association of Manufacturers nigo barure chiringi chimilioni emiyeye monainye ero konya abantu bali bakirwe no muchando bomurakebera na boigo encharas chinsemo au emergency ya Kenya chibese chyo korwa se chi company emiyeye moneyemo nigo chirache kwena no gocha se kiombe kya Red Cross ekyo kirache kurwa bokonyo bogo cha se chinsemecho okwana chinga kyecho mokonyo bomurai wense Rigathi Gachagua ni gatayo namba chiko gendra kubeke mirobire isaine yoko eneki abuna barwaniro muchando bumurakera nabayigo inchara.
Over 2.5 million livestock so far have died, and this means livelihoods of these communities affected. It means their lives being threatened.
We cannot have a thriving economy if one section of our community is left out. This calls us all to support those affected through the provision of food, assistance to the households that are currently food insecure, ensuring that we are taking care of the severely and moderately malnourished, as well as the livestock which have been heavily impacted.
The dire situation we are in calls for robust, sustainable and long-lasting solutions to drive Kenya into an agricultural powerhouse. This is because we have a lot of land suitable for crop and animal production into surplus. When we reach the surplus production, it will support our economy beyond the current contribution of 22.4% to the GDP, while creating more than 40% of jobs. We must no longer rely on rain-fed agriculture amid threats of climate change and other calamities like locust invasions.
Haba waziri au nigo bagendrete koira mabagabo ase chi waziri au chi wizara au echo babete bagochorwa inse yoburai bwa Kenya kwanza mu waziri w'echindemero Zakaria Njeru nigo iraribaga riaye awasari ira yogochya kwene kyabuna ntacho wikirania obokoreri obwikiranu.
For the picture. On behalf of the team that formed the former Ministry of Lands and the new teams from the other state departments, welcome you to this sector. It is an exciting sector to work in because you touch the lives of ordinary Kenyans, and it is one sector that can keep you very busy. You will not be short of work. CS, if you allow me also, I want to conclude by conveying my most sincere gratitude to both His Excellency President Ruto and His Excellency President Uhuru for having given me the opportunity to serve with these people, the people of Kenya. We will look up to you to give us leadership in this sector, because even though we may be leaving the sector, we are landowners and we will be your customers. We hope that we will not be coming to benches in the Ministry of Lands, because these good officers of yours will have hidden our files. We want to thank you very much and appreciate you, and also congratulate you for successfully going through the vetting process and the appointment process. Karibu sana, ubarikiwe, Godspeed. As you serve us, we hope that you will succeed and you have our support.
I know the task ahead is not easy, but I know with you, the technical team, the staff, my work will be very easy. I want also to thank my sister, the outgoing CS, for the support she's given me. You might not be aware, but I've been consulting a lot, and she has really assisted me in making sure that my vetting process was easy, and also giving me a lot of insight on how the ministry
Dr. James Macharia ni gonerea abaga gausiga kumwarga ni umuwaziri omujia Kipchumba Murkomen ase wizara yobwaga chiwechpara na boigo bosombi ase Murkomen atebire buna nachi koligia obumanyi kurwa ase Macharia kweneke abuna obokoreri bobwenete bwabere bokurwewa ase sector yo.
Over from a friend, and once again, as I've said many times, I want to thank His Excellency the President for having faith in me to serve in his cabinet, and for giving me the opportunity to serve in this docket. I believe that working together with the entire ministry, the ministry staff, the agencies under the ministry, and the people of Kenya, working with National Assembly and the Senate, and working together with my colleagues in the executive, under the principle of collective responsibility, we shall assist each other to make sure that we deliver for the people of Kenya. I want to wish CS James Macharia the very best in his next contribution to this nation. As you can see, he's still a very young man.
Am I?
And so I believe that God will open another door for him to continue serving our country and serving humanity. I want to thank also Dr. Njoroge and Professor Maringa. Again, these are public servants who have served this country for many years. For Professor Maringa, both in the civil service and the academia, and for Njoroge for so many years in the public service. And so I believe that I will continue benefiting from their counsel, their wisdom. Government is a going concern. You inherit a going concern. CS Macharia inherited from others. We are sitting where many leaders sat in many years, since independence, to make very important decisions to take our country forward. It's my time now to make also my contribution.
Hababu na mwamba nere uyo choro no muwaziri ase wizara ye chigosori nigo alireira yobokoreri borobuikiranu.
Been a journey that all of us embarked with a lot of passion, with a lot of zeal, and I think we have been able to inject integrity into not just the ministry but federations across our country. I want to especially, and Waziri, this is really, I hope that continues. We've had a lot of support. I want to thank Kenyans across every and all divides. They have been so supportive of everything that we've done as a ministry. And I'll just give you one example. And the example is something that we discussed earlier on. It's the football in our country. Example, we all know that football is extremely emotive in our country. It's a popular sport. Everybody talks and lives football. And it was a very difficult but courageous decision to take the steps that we took with football. Very, very, very difficult, but necessary. And the support that we got across the board was overwhelming, and I don't even need to speak to it, because you all saw that Kenyans came out in full force and said, look, we're giving you 2 years, and within the 2 years, please make sure that we regain the space that we occupied many years ago. And so I want to thank Kenyans for that support, for the support for the marathon, for the support for the continental tours, for every support they've given to our athletes. And we have very...
I want to tell you, without any fear of contradiction, that if President William Ruto had asked me to choose which pair of shoes to step into, I wouldn't have wished for or chosen better pair of shoes than those I step in here this afternoon. I'm stepping into the shoes of truly a Kenyan giant, a Kenyan heroine by any definition, by any stretch of the imagination. A lady that I have known for a long while, a lady that I have observed and have had the pleasure to work with. Early in my days as a member of parliament, I had the privilege to work with Ambassador Dr. Amina.
Asensemo yaye umuwaziri bw'obonchoreria Moses Kuria nigo atebire na serikali ya Ruto nechikoreta amaunchoreria manene mense ya Kenya na nene otayona nachie kubwaterana n'ababwatani korwase chinsemo ao nabo igo abagavana korwase county mense ya Kenya eryo kwene kiabunango kinabare sector y'obonchoreria.
We are talking with partners, several partners, development partners, and it is my commitment to the President and his deputy. Aggregation hub for manufacturing and export in every county, in all the 47 counties. And we're going to start any time now with the county of Embu, where we are working with the governors. This era also of we have a national government and private sector and the county government. You know, the Mwananchi does not care for that. So we want to work as a team. I am mobilizing the Council of Governors to give us the land. We are going to mobilize resources to put up the industrial and aggregation hubs and link them also to you guys who have got experience and create these hubs not just in Kenya but in other countries. I want to promise you by end of first quarter next year, for those of you who export to the DRC, you are going to send your products to the first Kenya warehouse in DRC.
Wizara yekiganchani goya irirwe na Profesa Njuguna Ndungu yote irebuna nache kuligereria na koenekia buna obokoreri obuya bwabere bogoikiraniwa ase wizara yo ukuru ya tano yo kabero muwaziri wekiganchani gakwanera umuroberio wa Solar Fund oyo atebabuna oise kogendereriwani gorache kwororobya obotumiki bwekibesa.
Sensitive and important projects, programs that the new president has mentioned, including the Hustler Fund, working with the SMEs. I am happy to inform you the seeds of those funds and programs are already here. Actually, they're at the point of germination. Some have already germinated. So what you need is just to continue watering them, giving the right appropriate nutrients so that they can flourish for the effective success. And in this I mean the Beshara Fund. At the Treasury here, we have amalgamated the Youth Development Fund, the Women Fund, and the Wezo Fund into one and call it Beshara Fund to target the SMEs. This is something that you need to run with it.
It is always difficult when you are facing multiple shocks that are persistent because they distort the pattern and even limit you in terms of response. But we know that we are going to map out the response from the National Treasury and economic planning, and I'm sure that will be the plan that will be undertaken by most of the people so that we achieve the goals that we are responsible for, but more importantly, they're going to be sustainable.
Omugavana bwe county ya Meru Kawira Mwangaza nigo amochirie aba MCA abo bakogosereria gochia kumurusi obisi asata ebire bunereta bwati bwo babonde bonsi asengencho nigo aegenete bunatanya kubwatiraniwa na mamochandonsi.
Mama imara na hakuna makosa nimefanya na nimejibu the EACC allegations ambazo zilipelekwa na MCS because najua hawa ndio walipeleka and I know the person behind the whole thing walipeleka. I have answered to EACC. Maybe my lawyer akitaka kuwapatia kopi atawapatia, na mimi sina makosa hata kidogo, ni siasa. Na Moi the late president alisema siasa mbaya maisha mbaya. Kwa hivyo wanasiasa wa Meru, waacheni siasa mbaya, tutakuwa na maisha mbaya. Na mama atasimama kidete. Nataka kusema serikali ya mama iko imara. Na hii ingine impeachment wanasema ati wataleta, wamesponsor, imeenda kila mahali. Hiyo sasa ndio tunaita hot hair. Wacha wapeleke hiyo impeachment kwa bunge. Ikipita kwa bunge wapeleke Senate. Ikipita huko twende High Court. I'm ready to defend myself because I know I've done nothing wrong. Hiyo ni kujaribu kuchafulia mtu jina ati Meru, Meru, Meru.
Umanche umurigeri boneka rotwanya roboti orukorwa se county ya Meru tigaturagenda se umutimo kumokeigo iro tunyore ritangaso re biasara korende to koira nanto che komonyora o murike itokorwa sensemo yechigosori ndemo Stephen yatumanye buna nara ya twalganete korwa senseme yo to basaguskare.
Ndizi TV, obwansu bw'omugusi. Omurigereria bwa television ya Ndizi TV bono na bukura ry'ubunchoria bwaho ase television ya Ndizi TV chinka kichindi chonsi elio wikere abarigereria kuruchi county sana na ibire echuchira sorogonkorwa Nyanza na boigo Rift Valley akesimi ase namba enoti sana na ibire inya isato isano nemo ibire isato isano na isato isano na ibire eyemo elio togwikere ugose otutarire ase chiabisi chito echuchira se nyumba ya Brighton Apartment ejire busyo bw'ekiro ya Embassy ekeroko gende nyakoe.
Nogo semeli kwa nebuna ayene amate ano mwende utwara chinga kichingia esenke semeli kubatia mangana maya kurwa igasigeta senikia Ndizi TV tiabono nkwali genya samangana maya yechigosori buna botambe retera nende mo Stephen Captain 001 Noto chaka mangana maya yechigosori kurwa igase county ya Kisii abo asegatia banyankongo kurwa igase robalia Gusii omanyekaine buna Elijah onsiko yoro manyankongo bwenkoyo anyalire gwesoki na gusababa bwatani kurwa serikali ya county ya Kisii gekura uno mugavana Paul Simba Arati amono oyo mugavana bwe county ya Nyamira mukande buna Amos Nyaribo kunyara kwene kibuna nkubeka vale chi academy chechigosori asanyalire kubolie county ya Kisii enale kobeke academy yenkoyo ne county ya Nyamira kunyara kwene kinebwate academy ya maminyoko kwene kibuna ebiye wapiko kina benyale gosiru na gusukirwa motio
Dingo nari gusaba our governor Simba Arati Kisii county esa ulinere ruzetia abachezaji abange b'umupira tonyari gutwari academy ya football egiye koreta abachezaji bakuru ba Shabana amo naintwe batine nirororo bari talents from the grassroots barete academy kuruse academy abana abajo Shabana kuri Shabana nabakonyora abana bajire professionals ngumbu yego chawe konye mune kenyoro haya Nyamira county ase okonyoranga no abanyo bamunyokia abange barwete muna babo yonde asati amona abande etuale academy ya athletics bona abamyoki bali abakuru muna babo mukamba babere ekambi ya athletics bagotap talents ku school wapi elinde tonyore ama minyoka ira negoro no bozoku zane garoko nyoranga bo this time Kisii ni gotore mae kwa mangane y'umupira na athletics at large lakini ni mayete with Simba Arati ama no mwishimiwa Nyaribo ku Nyamira abo n'abantu banji the sports aende nkore ngia base ko na ne direction ngia na batoko benda atambi go ya sports.
Oidomo nyankongo Elijah Onsiko liko wasoria timu ya Kisii Post asemia kelie mekoro amone timu ya Harambee Stars gati ya banyankongo benkoyo korwa igasorongo rwa Gusii totia nere tonyare konya ndabone ya mase mwamu no munyakerogo we timu ya Gusii FC kagosoria ya National Super League oyibono bweso kina gusabe kiombege kora enko imense ya Kenya Gear Football Kenya Federation kwena kibuno ko watera no kuyankororo gati ya serikali no boteneri bwenkoyo amone timu au imense ya Kenya na ekienge nchomono kwene kibuna ababwatani gose sponsors benkoyo kunyara bare gweswana ni ne league ne chiligi chienkoyo imense ya Kenya kwene kibuna ngosira bare biyo gwabosio okwengani na emyaka gusama tukamaega ase enkoyo yare guteneru ne kyombekerigia caretaker committee
akimate with the right people bari baringe obisirende muntu utali okora makosa nseye oru yani makosa iko I'm sure the officially arengo orongo chiro kolegasi netakero okorwa onya makosa arengo ororo na bakoligerie nchera banyare ko korekebisha warani ligrende ebwate transparency and appeal nane bateme sana koligeri timu sponsorship because as long as sponsorship ereinse osetayo quality mupiro Kenya it will take kuira chinga kichintambe mono wekera chinse muna South Africa, Nigeria, Egypt. That is where hapo ndo penye hata sisi tunataka tufike. So that is my humble appeal. So obviously uchikoira no obviously ndo kolegasi.
Maiga yomo minyokie giata vue marathon korwa sense ya Kenya mkainde buna Eliud Kipchoge kunyara gutwara bakostorio buyaso mutinyo kianda gose September na monamono kunyara kovwa chimbero chiri chia Berlin Marathon amona koveke record ye chimbero ningobono ekiombekerikia Sports Journalists Association of Kenya ASJA kubatirana na company ya LG banyarire ko mwekewa gyokoba sports journalist womutinyo okianda uyamakaine buna Eliud Kipchoge na anda kotebire buna nanyare kwene kibuna asama tukale bosio nagendere gwetoma na kwene kibuna ensi ya Kenya guskere bosio ase chigosori.
Every day is a challenge and I keep on pushing. I don't think in this world there is anybody who reaches satisfaction. So we keep pushing to show people that we are training. Yes, it's like when you are in school. If you get first class honors and you are satisfied, then you are done. You will not get a job. But if you get first class honors and still want to study, that you are a person who actually the world needs. You know, the corporate world needs people, but they lack. They don't have people who work by their heart and who work with their sixth sense. So I think for me, every day is a challenge. I challenge myself. And I think all will be well.
So LG has aimed to try and do this venture, and as Eliud has mentioned, also to try and encourage and mentor the young upcoming people to see that actually this is one way that you can be able to use your talents to the best of your benefit, and also how best you can do to represent your community and even you yourself and your families.
Nego korwa sensema ya kavere omoro kione Petronila mukirago ndebana ko mutinyi oli omaega omutinyo gatano na gatatu oli nyara koba gakoegwe eke kombe kugia Sports Journalist of the Month negarenge Ferdinand Omanya raso mutinyo gatano na kavere yarenge Angela Okutoyi kwene kibuna andake nere nkubwatira mwana ye chigosori keboikano kwene kinkaitwarure nkaitole na nkaitura ndo mwanchomo ligereri na mange to akora ndikorwa igasms amangana magia na tindabe babantu ba Arsenal igoro moya korere tugento kilikyogo itukorende ndokwanya kwanira sobo imege koraga chinsa isato gatia mangana mange ali arengete chigosori korwase ebiti au korendo mwancho murigereri buna botambe kereto batamangana maiya ye chigosori umugano toliko bora kererense ye mona lero iga ukoira ya mase mombaka chinse chiri cha Australia ambata chinse chiri cha Australia ngotodore metenge chemenge gosechi earthquake chikoba chinyinga sense milina enga kieyemo omwana rogote ubuno motengejo kabo monene sana no kayeri chinyomba sana bona abantu bali bagotoria kerechi nyomba cia gwereiro gose chi disaster cia nyare gose emergency ya beira sevinyoro bakaenda korandake inki kia beira gwa somotenge chujwa si nyomba cia gwete chinyinge kono riba gutara taraiga bakaronde tayo bakamanya kiro monto orengari ninga bete kagosira gose gosiro bugima bwaye gwetera senyombe UNN ya bete gekugu korende riba guchikora nabona ugese kigali cyabo wera nase cyabisi bakaigwandake umwana okorera ono riba gurende no mwana okorera bate akaba no muntu narororo guchikorera mayagaiga bakanyora umwana mwana narororo urenge korera korenda gwatire na mama umwabo na abangina bakubwata abana yiga mama abe kumbete yiga na asogwo kwembuko akaine kiuna amagina anyaga ko baka kumugwera kurende umwana oyo bere gakumurenda na kare bari kando yiga bakaresi minero yalinga ngabu esimigete yige gwoka na kare bari esime yige gwoka mama bari gete message agateba my daughter if they ever find that you are alive always know that your mother loved you koena kivuna ndake arigeto message yago teba ndake umwana one korabe wetera sajali ere na yabeire nyora buna butambe mamo mino na gwanchete nanero okorenda one kibuno gweroiru na matobori korenda ye kwanyarire koba gokomenyo mwancho morigereri nabo mukonyara gutakune neyo na koena kivuna andake mamo mino na nabakora kende gyonsi kwene kibuna konyarore koba gokoba buya umwancho morira buno ngwikira mweri bamangana magia yechi gosoria sandake taranyana korra Evalino Sero gakoira na yana utebira ali atigairi na narali arachigotu ariganeri gekoraga chinsa isatu.
Biamono muri ketonde mo Stephen asamangana yoma yakoro asensemo yechigosorio mwancho murigere ribona ya naro twakwariganirite asensemo yabono mogoroba ekero chirarage chinsa isatana no jikumira naintwe ere tokumanyie ayamona yanda mange una tukwariganirite asenchera ere yobwikira numbia mana sogo chora kobana intwe komairo bali bonsa bakubwatira nako eneki abuna mangana wikeire na barabuni gotokubakira ngambia mono yara nabokogendera gotonyora asensemere ya Facebook wetra Ndizi TV News Digital asensemo ya YouTube tonyora wetra Ndizi TV News na vogo tweet wetra so mutandao wetu Twitter @Ndizi TV News go as website yetu tonyore wetra www.ndizitv.or.ke erio togendere gusangana ya mankire tariane Evalino Sero urutwa kubatra nere kwene kia awikira sense muyimanyerero nigakoro kwa Joshua Uta to kwanerio burigere burubya.